Hi, this is ronMctube playing the Hunter on PC, and today we're taking a look at the brand new 405 lever action rifle. Based off the rifle that the former American President Theodore Roosevelt himself considered his medicine gun, as well as being one of the most manufactured rifles by the Russian Empire, this rifle packs a seriously mean punch. This rifle is very efficient when hunting a larger game and is considered a must-have by many veterans when out on the hunting safari. Chambered in 405 ammunition, permitted for banteng, bison, black bear, brown bear, feral hog, grizzly bear, moose, polar bear, red deer, Rocky Mountain elk, Roosevelt elk, water buffalo, wild boar and sambar deer. There is currently no scopes for this gun, so it's going to be straight iron sights. There might be one in the future, but at the current release there is none. So let's put some ammo in, and I'm going to show you the reload animations and what it sounds like. There's 10 bullets in a box and you load it at the top. Now I've just reloaded it, let's see what it sounds like. Take a look at the animations. It's about as fast as you can fire the gun accurately. Take a look from the side. Quite a complex animation there. Do like how the lever lock drops down. You can see on the side the gun. As we were just discussing, the main reason I think to carry this gun is for when you get attacked by surprise. So if you think about it, if a grizzly attacks you, a moose, water buffalo, wild boar, feral hog, most of these animals that's on the list that's permitted, or say a good amount of them, can attack you, and you don't want to be trying to scope up on something. You just want to shoot straight away, and you can do it quite fast with this, and it's got a lot of power. So having this gun on you is going to save your life quite a few times. I think you don't have to scope up, and that's one of the big pluses. Now, one of the other reasons for having this gun is the weather. The weather on Piccabee is lightning and thunder, as you can see in front of you. Now what happens is, when you're roaming through this dense vegetation in the swamps, the water buffalo will be around, and they don't mess about. They come straight for you, and you might not have time to scope up. You might not even see them because of the dense vegetation and because of what's going off with the lightning and thunder. So it's a great thing. You can bang off a few shots if you see them at short notice, and it's going to save your life when you're in the game. So while I'm roaming around on Piccabee, for my first weapon I'd normally probably have a lower caliber gun, and I'll have this as my secondary. That way I can shoot other animals which are ethical, and then I can shoot the big boys if they attack me and I'm not really aware that they're going to attack me, or I see them at the last second before I see the big horns rush me. So we're covered in all bases, and right on cue we've got a banteng to the side of us. And we didn't know that was there. It's not until I was right next to it, and this is what I'm talking about. There is a lot of water buffalo down here. I've seen sometimes like 10 altogether. Sometimes you'll shoot one and there's one charging the other way, so it's very handy to have this gun on you. What we are going to do is we're going to try and find this banteng, and we're going to shoot it and just see what the damage is like on the gun. I'm assuming it'll probably be like the 340 Weatherby, which is an absolute cannon, but you only get 3 rounds with that, and at short distance you're going to have to scope up and you might get minced. So this gun has got more rounds than the 340 Weatherby. You can fire it probably quicker, and I reckon it's going to have probably the same sort of damage, so this one's probably the better one to have close up. So there's pluses and minuses for both the Weatherby and this. That's why you use different guns. Now here's the banteng. Let's see what the knockdown's like. Go straight down. There's another one running. We're going to leave that. Let's just see where we shot this banteng. I want to see what the vitals were like. This gun hasn't got a scope, so that is a minus against it, but if you're using it at short range it should be good anyway. Yeah, we decimated that. So let's take a trophy shot of our first animal with the new gun. It's not a trophy, but the point was I wanted to try the damage out, see what it's like, trying to highlight to you the use of this 405 lever action, why you would use it in the game. It's nice to point out why you buy certain items in the game, their uses, benefits, also the negatives, because then you can often weigh up which gun you want to buy and use for each animal in the reserves. So I think that'll do. Perfect position. We'll move on. Hopefully meet an angry water buffalo, and I'll show you what I'm on about with that and another reason to use the gun. This week I've been doing Logger's Point. I've been after whitetails. I'm trying to put together a little guide to help people get big whitetails. I've had some really nice ones. That'll probably be the next video. I just want to try and make it as basic as possible with some of Ron's hot spots to get big whitetail. I'm trying to simplify some of the game, so there's people that go out there and they make all these fantastic guides, but a lot of it goes over the head of newer players because they don't understand a lot of it, because you have to put in a lot of time to understand a lot of the factors that people mention. So if I make it as simple as possible, you should get that big book. Well, that's the plan, and hopefully it works out. So keep an eye out for that, and that should be soon. Celebrating the launch of this new gun, there is a competition called the 405 Big Medicine Gun. It involves moose, banteng and water buffalo. The highest combined weight of your heaviest moose, banteng and water buffalo using the new 405 lever action rifle will count as your competition entry. Highest combined weight wins. So there's another reason to give it a go. Join in the competition, have some fun. Moose aren't too hard to come by, banteng or water buffalo, so I think that'll be a very large amount that's going to win that, and you're going to have to put in a bit of time there. But saying that, water buffalo are nearly everywhere, especially where we're going to go now, so you'll soon level your gun up with plenty of action. Do love the rain and the thunder. About 7 or 8 years ago, I made a video and I wanted thundering and lightning, and I made it was a short, let's say, not very professional video, but it gave the developers a little idea of what I kind of meant and wanted in the game. I don't know if it was any inspiration, but I did put like a little purple tint on it at the time using Sony Vegas, and I was looking about with masks and stuff. And it does look pretty similar to this. So when I seen it in game and heard the thunder cracking and the lightning, I was very happy. So it does really add to the reserve, and I've always wanted it. Right, where is water buffalo? You know, if you want one, you know where. It's always the same with any animal. If you don't want them, you'll see them and you'll be falling over them. What are you going to be hunting when you get this rifle? Tell me in the comments. What have you been hunting this week? Have you got any rares or trophies? I do like to read when people say I've had an albino this, or I've had a big scoring animal, so drop that in the comments. Hey, hello! That's exactly why you need this gun. You get angry little water buffalo like that who want to charge you, and look what he got. He got one straight through the brain and it went through his heart. So that soon put an end to him. But if I wouldn't have had that gun, I don't know if I'd have got that shot off with the Weatherby. So it's a very valid reason for buying this gun. So that's been me, ronMctube. We've been taking a look at the 405 lever action rifle. Please subscribe to my YouTube channels. Watch for future content from me regular. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.